Hello everybody, hope you're having a fabulous day. Today I'm going to be building a starter home. Now this is a very cheap starter home. This is my first time actually building a starter home, and when I looked up all the critique or the things that requirements, that's what they're called, the requirements, saw that it was like had to be under 20,000, and so when I made it, I thought, okay, so I bought the property and I was like, okay, so the property was $2,000. So that means I should try to keep it around like $17,000. And so when I finished, when I looked at the lot value, it was like 16.5. And I was like, yeah, good. And then when I put it up, it was like 14,000. So it's a really cheap starter home, and it doesn't have a ton of little details because I thought I was on the end of I needed to save more money, but I didn't. So that way, I guess you guys can feel free to decorate it, add some little details, things like that. So it leaves you with some play money. It's not like, okay, here's the lot and you have like 2 simoleons left. No, you have plenty of money. It even has a TV and a computer. So feel free to like buy a more expensive version of it, because I did buy the cheapest ones. So yeah. Okay, so I kind of glossed over everything. The idea that I was going with was a kind of Spanish theme, sort of, and I didn't really realize how difficult it was to do Spanish themed builds until this, because I couldn't really find the colors I wanted. You'll see me, I will come back to like the exterior of this house several times trying to figure out a color and everything, and it was harder because I was doing starter homes, so I was trying to do the cheaper versions of everything. So that definitely made it a lot harder. And like windows, I was trying to figure out how I wanted windows and everything, because the reason I didn't put any windows on that back wall, that big flat like 4 square wall, is because I wanted to put a TV there. And in my brain I was like, okay, I'll put a flat screen on the wall TV, and then I looked up how much they were and I was like, never mind, we'll just do the small one. But the idea in mind is to put a big flat screen TV there. And maybe I'll come back and like redo this and like add all the little details and make it not a starter home, but like the house, the floor plan will still be the same. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you feel about that. But here I was just trying to figure out, I wanted to do like bricks and like kind of Spanish color themes, and it wasn't working. I was trying so hard, and so I kind of ended up going with the 2 bedrooms. It's a 2-bedroom house, 1 bathroom. I kind of ended up going with a bluish gray color, and I don't really know if I'm super happy with it, but I didn't want to go super expensive on the wallpaper. I would have rather put like more expensive other things, and granted I didn't even do that, but whatever. So I don't know. I like the design and layout of the house. I just don't think I like the colors. I like a lot of the colors, but I don't know. I'm happy with it, but at the same time, it could be better. And I think it's because it's a starter home, it made it very difficult, and I've never done a starter home before. Like, I normally will build grand things or things that are super expensive, and I don't pay attention to how much it is. So it was definitely an interesting thing to do, since I've never done it. So yeah, but anyway, so I kind of did an open floor plan. I got the idea from, occasionally I'll go on to Pinterest and we'll look up floor plans for houses and everything and get ideas off of that. And this is kind of based off of one that I saw that I really liked, the over the head. It's actually the outside area that I drew the roof over and the columns and everything. That's actually for cars, a car lot type thing. And I was like, oh, I really like this idea. And it kind of looks like you have a little more house than you actually do. It gives you a nice like patio area, things like that. And I was like, oh, I want to do a house like this, and it's perfect for a starter home because it's small. And I was like, yeah. And so the inside of it was very open plan, and I ended up changing a few things because it on Pinterest, the layout was very box and very bland, and I was like, okay, we need some help here. So I jutted a few walls out and jutted some in and all that kind of stuff. So, and plus the way roofing works in Sims, it wouldn't have worked with this floor plan. I was like, no. So I changed a few things here and there, and yeah, and I created like a new hallway and blah blah blah. So okay, before I get too much farther, the master suite, if you will, I kind of did this to myself. I made it very small, and since I thought I was running out of money, I decided, okay, dresser, and I couldn't figure out exactly how I wanted the layout to work, and I really couldn't get a dresser to fit because there are no one tile wide dressers. And I was like, okay, this isn't working. So I ended up putting the dresser in the other room. I thought about doing a nursery, but then I kind of wanted to include a computer desk and everything, so I made it a, I guess, teen room or a young adult, whatever, someone else's room, single person room. And I ended up putting the dresser in there. Plus it was cheaper. It was like $400 cheaper to do the smaller one, and I was like, okay. So that's where the dresser is. Feel free to put another dresser into the other room. I don't really care what to do. Do whatever you want. But yeah, so it was definitely a challenge trying to figure out everything. And then I have a tendency when I do play, I kind of just stay at one angle of the house. And so I was kind of trying to make it so that everything looked good from like most of the angles, and so having super tall things didn't really work out. And another thing that I'm kind of disappointed at myself is that everything is very that light brown wood texture, because I feel like if I'd been able to put in more of the small little details, it would have added more color in life, because it's very bland. So I don't know, but it definitely needs a little bit of help. So yeah, so thankfully you do have money to play with, haha. But yeah, as you can see here, I ended up completely redoing and moving the kitchen, putting in a little half wall because it just wasn't working. I was trying to figure out how to put the dining room, and I'm like, this isn't working. And so I finally figured out this layout, and it worked so much better. So because it just wasn't working with the kitchen along that one wall, and then have the dining tables, I guess, kind of jut out. It just was like, I don't like this. So I'm really glad with how this turned out. It's very small and very cramped, but I like it. And so here, just working on the patio, trying to figure out all the texture on the bottom, because I decided to save money and use this instead of floors. And the reason I drew the roof back is because I wanted to see what I was doing, and sometimes the shadows in this game can make it hard to see. So, and I did include a pathway and everything. So, and I went and did more details in the, like, what do you call it? Editing, and not really terrain paint. And here I was trying to decide, I wanted to do trees, but I was trying to figure out, like, what tree to use, because I liked the idea of a palm tree, but I wound up going with the big oak trees because I just like the look of them, and this really wasn't like set by the beach or anything. So yeah, but I definitely tried to do more like I know it's not necessarily a lot to look at on the outside, but I tried to do some what's it called? It's the terrain paint, yes, but like some floral stuff, kind of. Yeah. And since this was set in Willow Creek and not Oasis Springs or anything, I kind of, like, the idea was to kind of make it a little bit more deader grass, I guess. Kind of like you don't really necessarily have time or money to really do super green grass treatment. I don't really know. But I just tried to do some more details. Oh, and I definitely wanted to put, like, a little grill out there. And I never realized how expensive grills are. Like, the cheapest one is, like, $600. $610, I think is what it is. And so I was like, cut into my spending. But, like, that was, like, when I've created it, I was like, this patio, it needs a grill and seating. And that is, like, my goal for out here. So I managed to fit it. And the table, it has white legs, but afterwards I ended up going back and changing it to the tan legs because I didn't like the white. It was very stark, and I was like, no. And so here I'm just kind of doing a little bit of detailing with how much money I think I have, which is not a lot. So I put a few pictures in here. I kind of blew them up because those pictures are itty bitty, and I was like, these need some help. These walls are very brown and very bland and need some help. So here I took the pictures, the little posters and everything, and actually blew those up because, you know, you can buy cheap posters for like $7, $10 in the real world, and they're massive posters. So I was like, okay, well, they don't have to be itty bitty. And so here, just kind of figuring out the roof and everything and trying to figure out. See, I wanted that, I don't know what that roofing style is called, but to me it's very Spanish influenced and everything. So I was trying to get it to match, and then I felt like the outside didn't really match. And then I realized I had forgotten a trash can, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to forget. I got it. So I kind of chucked it over there and everything, because I didn't really want to do an outside bin, but and see here again, I'm still trying to figure out and everything. So, but I think it looks good in the end. I think it looks good. It worked out. And so here we have the screenshots and everything. So overall, I think it turned out pretty good. It needs a little bit of love and care, but I think like just spend some time kind of detailing a little bit and just spend some time on it. I think it would look good. Maybe some curtains, a little bit of color and life through all this. So yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day. You can follow me below in the links below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!